Boxing is on the road tonight at Dover Down Slots in the shadow of the Monster Mile. And once again, Hasim Rahman in the spotlight. Hi, everybody. I'm Larry Michael. Great to be back with my partner, Jon Saraceno. And Jon, boxing is just a wonder right now. Hasim Rahman, with the victory here tonight, could become the #1 contender for one of the titles.
And who would have thought it a couple years ago when Lennox Lewis blasted him out? But right now, Larry, the division is in shambles, the heavyweight division. It's wide open right now. You've got Vitaly Klitschko, Chris Bird, Lamont Brewster, Joe Messi. We could sit here all night and name the guys that are in contention for titles or have a portion of the title. Right now, Hasim Rahman has a golden opportunity to vault himself into a mandatory position to fight for the title, possibly sometime in 2004.
Now, Rahman fights Mario Cawley. He's a veteran. Really, this is an opponent for Rahman that he should look very impressive against. And anything less than that would be a disappointment.
It wouldn't be a disappointment. It would be a disaster. Steve Nelson, Rahman's co-manager, said earlier in the year that, you know what, we have to have fights here that Rahman can win. And this is the kind of opponent they brought in. This is a fight that Hasim Rahman should not only win, he should look impressive in.
A lot on the line for Rahman tonight here at Dover Down Slots. Our first fight in the ring. Ballroom Boxing returns in a moment. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Toyota, by Michael's 8th Avenue, a host of grand occasions, by BallroomBoxing.com for the latest in ballroom boxing action, including upcoming live events and season tickets, by Miller Lite, by Dover Down Slots, by WallStreet.com, and by MaxBoxing.com. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing from Dover Down Slots. There is the big heavyweight from Silver Spring, Maryland, Adele Olakaneye. We've seen him in the ballroom on more than one occasion, and he's turned his career around. He's 4-1-1, 3 knockouts to his credit. Charles Mooney has done a great job getting this kid the experience because he's got a lot of raw skills.
Well, he's a big guy with a lot of power, and you know what that means. It means people want to see fighters like that, and the question is, how raw is he, and how much time is it going to take at this level to get him to the next level?
Well, yeah, you know, from Silver Spring, Maryland, Jon,
yeah,
what can I say?
I forgot.
What can I say? All right, so we are being corrected. Adele Olakaneye is the name now. So we'll try to get that right for Adele because he's a lot bigger than both of us. Tom Cameron from Wilmington, Delaware will be his opponent. No problem with his name. He's nicknamed the Ripper. 5'9", 219. And let's head over to Jon Scheinman with the outlook on this heavyweight matchup. Jon.
Larry, this potentially could be the most exciting fight of the night. These are two guys that love to come forward and bang. When I told Olakaneye about the size of the ring, he just got a big smile on his face because he realized there'd be no place for Cameron to go. Cameron, you fought most of his career at 168, Larry, took 2 years off to go into weight training, and he said, I wanted to become a heavyweight to get the respect and the money that I deserved in boxing. You can see him in the ring now. The guy is absolutely enormous and ripped from weight training, and they said a lot of eating. I said, what's your style like? He says, I'm a baby Tyson.
Well, we'll see. His record would not indicate that. Pat O'Malley gets this one started.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for more ballroom boxing at Dover Down Slots in the Rollins Center. This bout sanctioned by the Association of Boxing Commissioners, Executive Director David L. Holland, Promoter Scott Wagner, Director of Boxing Operations Dave Wilkerson, and matchmaker Chris Middendorf. And when this 4-round bout in the heavyweight division begins, your referee in charge will be Gary Rosado. The timekeeper is Fred Bloomstein. The judges at ringside, Bernard Bruni, Dave Greer, and Paul Battle. Introducing the boxers. First, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the gold trunks with the black trim. He weighed in at 219 pounds. He hails from Claymount, Delaware. His record, 13, 16, and 2, 4 via the KO. Please welcome Tom the Ripper Cameron. Out of the blue corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He weighed in at 231. pounds. He comes to us from Silver Spring, Maryland. His record, 4-1-1, 3 via the KO. Please welcome to Dover Downs, Adele Superbad Olakaneye.
Olakaneye is in great condition, better condition than the last time we saw him. He's been training hard. Gary Rosado is the referee. Jon Saraceno with a look at the matchup. John.
Well, you can see how big these guys are. The Ripper, Tom Cameron, 5'9", 219 pounds. His opponent tonight, much larger, much stronger, and more experienced, and a natural heavyweight. Tom Cameron, a lot of put-on muscle up there. Muscle does not usually just win fights. You got to be experienced and skilled.
Cameron, a former super middleweight, most of his fights came at that weight class, so he's going way up in weight here. From nearby Claymont, Delaware. And this fight is underway. Heavyweight scheduled for 4 rounds. The question here, of course, is Cameron's punching power at the heavyweight division, especially after gaining the weightlifting weight. So that is a touchy subject for a lot of boxing people, really. Does weightlifting help you?
Not necessarily.
Big left hand scores. Olakaneye has a very sturdy chin, however. We've seen him in a couple of wars in the ballroom, and he got tagged early with the best punch Cameron has to throw.
And because Olakaneye is bigger and really naturally stronger, he's able to hold Cameron when he needs to on the inside. And Cameron's got to find a way to get in with those punches, the jab, which is tough to do. He's punching up, and he's got to punch to the body.
Another question with the guy who is physically built like Cameron, who's done a lot of weightlifting, is how long can he carry the punch before he gets blown up physically? Gets those muscles full of blood. It kind of locks a boxer up. You need to keep your flexibility.
He's thrown a lot of punches. Cameron is really coming through. His style is clearly, I'm going to try to knock you out as soon as possible. But you see how really he's very wide with his punches. His footwork's not particularly nifty. And if Olakaneye can just jab and fight a smart fight, that's what he's got to do.
Once again, Cameron with those wide punches, and you see he's beginning to slow down a little bit.
Olakaneye's got to keep his hands up, Larry. Very important in this fight. Very basic, but very important.
Looping left hand again by the Ripper. Tom Cameron, good left hand by Olakaneye, scores.
Well, he shook up Cameron with that. I don't even know if he knew he shook him up. And you see Cameron really kind of trying to hold on here.
Well, Olakaneye just breaking a sweat right now. Cameron is really showing a lot of intensity, and a good left hand on the inside by Olakaneye.
I think Cameron's using those ropes because his legs are unsteady from that shot.
Well, Cameron just throws from his heels, doesn't he?
He looks like a little Tasmanian devil in there, the way he fights.
See Cameron breathing heavily. And using the jab, though. Good body shot by Olakaneye.
Swelling along the left eye of Cameron. You're not allowed to do that. He gets more of Cameron for shoving. Cameron's just a brawler. He is what he is.
And he is slowing down.
He's carrying a lot of unnatural weight. And he was a super middleweight. That's 168-pound weight limit.
Olakaneye pushing him up against the ropes. Setting him up here as round 1 comes to a close. Action-packed round 1 here at Dover Downs Slots. You're watching Ballroom Boxing.
Like this.
Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing, round 1, full of action here. 2 heavyweights, Adele Olakaneye and Tom Cameron.
Well, wind Cameron up, and he's like the boxing robo fighter. I mean, he just wings it from all angles. Not particularly effective, misses a lot, but he landed a lot of punches in the first minute of that fight. Larry. But I gave Cameron, Olakaneye the round.
Cameron threw 71 punches in round 1, according to the CompuBox stats, and heavyweights average 48 punches a round. So the work rate for Cameron, maybe not that effective. Both men in the 30% range on connection.
And Cameron punched himself out.
Well, Olakaneye was smiling in his corner. I think he's got this one figured out. It just has to deliver.
Well, if Olakaneye is any kind of heavyweight, I think he should be able to stop Tom Cameron in this round.
Well, Cameron is huffing and puffing, John. Look at him. He is fatigued right now. Just not even midway through the second round. And Olakaye's got a nice jab.
Well, again, Cameron's got to move his head. And, you know, when you miss punches like that, it takes a lot out of you. And Cameron's taking some big whiffs. Mark McGuire type cuts up there. But he's not connecting.
Well, he's running out of steam, John. He's on fumes right now, and we're not even to the midway point of the fight. And Olakaneye is fighting with a lot of confidence. You can see what Charles Mooney has done for him, settled him down, and brought out some of the boxing skills.
He's breaking down Cameron, punch by punch, to the body and then upstairs. And I don't expect this fight to last much longer, Larry.
Cameron in some deep, deep trouble up against the ropes, and Olakaneye pulls him away.
This might be the end right here, in fact.
He's got a lot of heart, Tom Cameron does. And unfortunately, Olakaneye has a lot more boxing ability.
Olakaneye should just step to the side slightly and shoot a right uppercut, if he can, up the middle. I'm frankly surprised Cameron's still in there. He's a tough guy. He's obviously tough, but he is getting pummeled.
Well, he's sturdy. That short stature might be helping him a little bit.
See, Olakaneye can't quite catch him cleanly with that right hand. He has on several occasions, but he's looking for that finish shot. He can't quite land it.
Gary Rosado, the referee, warning Cameron, one more push, it'll take a point.
Well, Olakaneye should go to the body here. Just keep going to the body, ripping away like he did earlier. Olakaneye looks a little frustrated right here, Larry.
Nice jab by Olakaneye, though. And you see Cameron beginning to stumble a little bit. Yeah, that was from left field. Even if that punch scores, there's a good overhand right that just misses.
Well, that punch is from Philadelphia.
Cameron just completely out of steam, but again, got to give him credit. Olakaneye with the right hand scores, and Caldwell's corner in the closing seconds of the second round.
If he's smart, he'll stay on it.
Count is at 6.
Fight should be stopped.
Gets up at the count of 9. Only the referee can stop it down, and that is the end of round 2. Somehow, Cameron gets back on his feet. We'll be back after a short timeout. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Let's listen into the red corner.
He hit you with everything you got, okay? It ain't that hard. You're getting tired.
Listen. This is how you're gonna save yourself. Keep your hands up.
Listen
and cut
to him.
yourself out. And just use it.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
All right?
Suck it up. Hold it. Suck it and hold it. Suck it up.
Listen
Let
to
it
me.
out easy.
He's coming at you now. Keep sticking the jab. When you do, left jab, left hook, right. 1, 2, 3.
He's getting tired at the end, so
But don't be throwing them looping rights. He's going to take you out.
Okay? All right?
Drop your right hand straight from
To the
head.
corner of
Straight from
Olakaneye.
the top. Bam!
He's getting tired halfway through the round.
Tom,
Amen.
don't throw it.
Taking a look at the end of round 2, where Olakaneye put Cameron right on his seat.
Well, those wild roundhouse punches by Cameron, he leaves himself wide open. Boom, on the canvas. And you know what? I disagree with the advice of Cameron's corner. I think they're going to get their guy hurt.
Right, he's not capable of standing there and holding his arms up and letting Olakaneye punch himself out. Look at Cameron right there.
Now, what is the sense of sending your fighter back out into the fight when you could get him killed?
CompuBox stats, great round 2 for Olakaneye, a 64% connect percentage.
This is what should happen with today's boxing, Larry. A lot of guys do not belong in boxing. I'm not just talking about the fighters. I'm talking about the guys who work the corners. They don't know what they're doing.
Gary Rosado's a good ref though, John, and I believe he will stop this fight momentarily. Olakaneye,
If he's a good referee, he will.
giving Cameron a chance to get off the ropes out of the corner. Somehow Cameron is still upright.
Yeah, I tell you what, I give him an A+ for courage and heart. You got to give it to him. This guy is standing there. He's taking the punishment.
Now, sometimes you can be too brave for your own good. Quickly, Jon Scheinman, your scorecard.
Well, it's 2017, Larry. The last round was 10-8. So this is, it's target practice. This is a matter of time. I don't think it's a competitive fight. I give you know, the Cameron the credit for staying in there, but I don't see the point of the fight. The guy only has 3 knockouts in a 31-fight career. How's he gonna win?
All right, Olakaneye has lost his mouthpiece, and you thought that when you saw that mouthpiece down there, maybe it was Cameron, and Cameron's using the ropes to hold himself up. And here we go, round 3 continues.
The trouble with Olakaneye right now, he almost looks disinterested in the ring because he can't get this big guy out of there, and he's frustrated. And right now you got Cameron holding on, but he's got nothing in the tank. I mean, he's ready to go at any second if Olakaneye can land that one shot.
Good right hand by Olakaneye, and the ropes again holding Cameron up. Cameron trying to move his head.
I tell you, Olakaneye should just let go of the flurry, because if he opens up with a flurry, they're going to stop the fight. But Olakaneye's not throwing enough punches.
Misses with the right hand, and Cameron takes a knee. Crowd here in Dover Downs not appreciating that move.
Cameron looks like, I mean, he is going to get hurt here. I don't know what the referee is waiting for. This guy is not fighting back.
Good jab by Olakaneye.
He can't even throw a punch, Larry.
I mean, he is 1 punch away from going down. Somehow he's still upright. Another nice combination by Olakaneye.
Well, I guess they want to see him spread out on the canvas. That's the only thing I can guess.
Good body shot by Cameron. And he is exhausted. Just take a look at his body language. I'm not so sure he would argue, but somehow he gets through the 3rd round.
Olakaneye may have punched himself out a little bit, even though he's not doing any punching.
The 4th and final round will be next.
Opening. Don't work the jab. Keep your right hand up tight, and you'll get your opening. And when you do, man, them left up and
Take it personal, okay?
Just step off from the use your jab like in the gym.
Let's take a look at action from round 3 as an exhausted Tom Cameron tries to listen to his corner. John, what did you see in round 3?
Well, Olakaneye is throwing wide punches, and Cameron's smothering some of them. Plus, he's locking his right elbow, and Olakaneye's left. There's a left hook by Olakaneye.
This is
just
the
got to
4th
get
and
back
final
to that
round.
jab and start punching more effectively.
Olakaneye on the CompuBox stats is scored with 52 more punches. Those are scoring blows over the last 2 rounds, and in round 3 a 56% connect percentage for Adele Olakaneye from Silver Spring, Maryland.
I don't know what's holding Cameron up, because he's practically stumbling around when he's separated. And you know, this is not a good showing for Olakaneye. It really isn't. He should have been able to stop him in the 2nd round. But sometimes guys refuse to be knocked out.
See, I would argue the point in round 1, but as the fight wears on, yes, because in the 1st round Cameron was coming from all kinds of different angles, and Olakaneye kind of had to weather it. But round 2 and 3, actually round 2 is the round that Olakaneye should have taken him out.
That's what I said. Round 2, he should have been able to stop him.
And now it became, I don't want to say it became disinterested, but the fight fell into a pattern in round 3. Maybe
This is where a guy could get hurt. Bad job by the referee, in my opinion.
well, Cameron has nothing left. The rope's holding him up.
He's defenseless.
Another good strong right hand by Olakaneye, who again loses his mouthpiece.
Well, they must want to see this guy carried out on a stretcher. That's the only thing I can think of. This is ridiculous. This is what's wrong with boxing. One of the things.
Look at him. Look at Cameron. Look at Cameron. He can barely stand up.
He's brave, but he's not that smart, and his corner is even worse.
Well, again, Olakaneye with 1 punch could end it, but he has not found that punch. You wonder if he's got the punch. Oh, big right hand by Cameron. Rocks the rope of Olakaneye, who got careless for a moment.
Wow, he got clipped with that one. I got to hand it to Cameron. That baby came out of left field. But there's not as much on that punch as you think, Larry.
It stunned Olakaneye, but it could have caused Cameron to get the edge to be able to survive.
Yeah, but what's the point? Well, I mean, where are we going with this? He can't win the fight. He can only get hurt seriously, in my view.
At this point, it's a question of whether Olakaneye can hurt him, though, John.
Well, you said it earlier, Larry. Sometimes guys are too brave for their own good.
Now Cameron has Olakaneye now slowing down. There's still plenty of time left in this round. And somehow, Cameron getting an edge here.
I mean, you got to give him, again, A+ for guts. But I don't think he's phasing Olakaneye with any of those punches. They're arm punches, they're wide, there's nothing really on them. What intestinal fortitude by Tom Cameron, though, to be in there.
Well, he's got some guts, doesn't he?
He really does.
Right hand by Cameron scores, nothing behind it. And Olakaneye is a little arm weary right now.
But the referee's first job is to protect the fighters, and I don't think Tom Cameron was protected very well by his corner or the referee.
Now Cameron survives, knocked down in round 2, finishes upright, and the decision is in the hands of the judges, but just looking at Tom Cameron wobble around the ring. The crowd liked the fight, so John will on to the decision. Back with more Ballroom Boxing in a moment. All right, welcome back to Ballroom Boxing at Dover Down Slots tonight. We're on the road. Final punch stats thanks to CompuBox. Cameron scored 21%. Both men over 220 punches attempted, and Olakaneye 53% connect rate. So it would be all indications a unanimous decision win for Adele Olakaneye, but you never know.
Well, we've been wrong before. I don't think this is going to be one of those nights, but
well, Tom Cameron finishes upright. It was a question after round 2 whether he'd be able to go the distance, and he did.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked Olakaneye didn't get him out of there. I really am.
Well, Olakaneye will go back and watch the video of this one, and he'll see where his mistakes were made. Olakaneye, 26 years old, Cameron 33. And Olakaneye would appear to be headed towards his 5th win of his pro career.
But he looks disgusted. If you could see the look on Olakaneye's face right now, I don't think he's very happy with the way he fought tonight. There you see some video of him in his corner. He is not happy. He knows he should have got Tom Cameron out of there.
Well, Pat O'Malley has the decision, and we are ready. Let's go to Pat.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the scorecards. Judge Paul Battle scores it 40-36. Judge Dave Greer scores it 39-36. And Judge Bernard Bruni scores it 40-35. The winner by unanimous decision, Adele Superman Olakaneye.
Unanimous decision win for Adele Olakaneye, his 5th win as a pro. He wishes he got the knockout, but hey, he'll take the W.
And only one judge had it scored correctly, in my view, 40-35. There's a replay. I think this is from the final round. And you see Olakaneye trying to finish the job, but he's missing with his shots. He was missing, only able to get a few punches through. And Cameron gutted it out and held, went through, and he survived.
Olakaneye gets the W here at Dover Downs.
Please return it.
All right, welcome back to Ballroom Boxing at Dover Downs Slots tonight. Adele Olakaneye gets the unanimous decision win, and Jon Scheinman is standing by with the winner. John?
Adele, is this a good fight for you? I mean, Cameron started out very strong, but he seemed to get tired midway through the first round, but you just couldn't seem to take him out.
He's a very strong fighter. I knew by him winging all those shots in the beginning that he was going to slow down. So I just tried to pop the jab, wait my time, and throw my combinations in the right places. But he's a good, strong fighter, but I was able to overcome that.
He's only 5'9", but 219, and extremely physically fit. Were you having trouble punching down on him, or did you feel like you were in the proper zone to get your shots off?
I had no problem punching down on him. He just had a couple of roughhouse tactics on the inside. He would hold my arms and stuff like that because I knew I was stronger and faster than he was. So I knew he was winging, so I knew if I just cover up good and throw straight punches that I'll catch him.
4th round, you seemed to show a little fatigue yourself at the end, and he caught you with some wild swings. Were you in top shape for this fight?
Not exactly, because they called me yesterday because I was training for another fight in May, in D.C. But I felt good about my win because we've been training for that fight, and I knew that I was confident in certain things I've been working on in the gym. I just wanted to come out and try to, work on those things in a real fight. Then I'm going to look at the tape, go back to the gym, and try, find to my talent, that's all.
Learning experience for Adele Olakaneye. Getting out the ripper here at Dover Downs. Let's go back to ringside.
Very well-spoken heavyweight, I might add, from Silver Spring, Maryland. Adele Olakaneye, the winner tonight Ballroom Boxing at Dover Down Slots. Good fight. Olakaneye goes home with a W. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. We're on the road. We're at the Dover Down Slots Entertainment Complex, a remarkable complex. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Still to come, our main event, Hasim Rahman taking on Mario Cawley. Rahman needing a win to potentially gain the #1 ranking in the heavyweight division. Tony Caldwell and Martinus though will square off first. This is a junior middleweight battle, and Jon Scheinman, what is your outlook on this one?
Larry, these guys are very similar in that they both started off as hot prospects and then were derailed. Martinez, Clay out of Wilson, North Carolina, started off 7-0. He started to get a little buzz in boxing circles, and he ran into a guy we've seen on Ballroom Boxing before, Marcos Primera, who just crushed him. And Clay has not rebounded. He's lost 4 straight. On the other side, Tony Caldwell started off his career 6-0, ran into another up-and-coming fighter his last fight. He was also beaten. Now both are trying to get back on track, and really early on in their careers, relatively, they have a crossroads bout. This is it. Should be a good one.
All right, let's get it started with Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for more Ballroom Boxing at Dover Down Slots in the Rollins Center. This bout sanctioned by the Association of Boxing Commissioners, Executive Director David L. Holland, Promoter Scott Wagner, Director of Boxing Operations Dave Wilkerson, and matchmaker Chris Middendorf. And when this 6-round bout in the junior middleweight division gets underway, your referee in charge is Eddie Cotton. Judging the bout at ringside, Bernard Bruni, Dave Greer, and Paul Battle. Introducing the boxers. First, to my left, out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, trimmed with white. He weighed in at 148 pounds. He comes to us from Wilson, North Carolina. His record, 7-5, 3 via the KO. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Dover Downs, magnificent Martinus Clay. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He weighed in at 148 pounds as well. He comes to us from Dover, Delaware. His record, 6-1-2, 3 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony the Hurricane Caldwell.
Caldwell and Clay, 2 winning fighters. Jon Saraceno, take a look at the matchup for us.
Well, you see the numbers, and they're fairly self-explanatory and fairly even all the way down the line. Tony Caldwell, a little bit of an experience edge and age on Clay.
Martinus Clay has lost 5 fights, and he started his career 7-1, so he's lost his last 4. First of which was a rather brutal beating at the hands of Marcos Primera that Jon Scheinman mentioned. We've seen Marcos Primera in the ballroom on a couple of occasions. In fact, pulling the upset on one occasion. So, got to respect both of these fighters with winning records. Scheduled for 6 rounds, junior middleweights. Martinus Clay in the black trunks with the white trim. He's got the white socks on. And Tony Caldwell in the all black. John, these are guys that are competitive. I mean, this is the atypical ballroom boxing fight.
Well, these are the kind of fights we've brought to the fans over the years since 1995. These fighters are evenly matched, and they both need to win this fight. Jon Scheinman alluded to that earlier, saying that this is a crossroads bout, and it really is in that very strict sense of the word.
Both men young enough to really support a boxing career for the next few years. So obviously the winner of this one is that winning pace headed in the right direction.
And you heard how popular Tony Caldwell was here with the local fans. He grew up here in Dover, and it's a little extra pressure, I think. Sometimes that makes a fighter perform better when he's got to be better in front of the hometown fans. We'll see how Tony Caldwell performs tonight.
I've seen guys in the hometown before feel a little too much pressure.
Oh yeah, it can work against you, definitely, and it can fatigue a fighter. You can actually lose energy moving up into the fight. I'll tell you what, these guys are going right at it.
I want to invite our viewers to check us out on the web, ballroomboxing.com. You can get the latest on merchandise as well as upcoming events, tickets, as well as our broadcast schedule. You can even see the ring card girls at ballroomboxing.com. And I tell you, I know you log on to just see the girls.
Yeah, every day.
Good right hand with the overhand right by Clay. And you see a contrast in styles here, John, with Clay trying to move on the outside. Good left hook by Caldwell, catches Clay. And that slows him down.
You know what, though? He didn't really turn over that left hook. More of a slap. But I tell you what, Caldwell's going right to Martinus Clay. Clay's trying to counterpunch.
Overhand right misses by Clay.
Clay's got quick hands there.
He does. Question here is whether he can keep Caldwell off him, John. Caldwell just right up in his grill.
Well, he's got to do that with some movement. He's got to keep the jab in front of him.
So Clay's punches are slapping away at Caldwell. It just keeps on boring in.
If he keeps throwing the right hand and landing on Tony Caldwell. There's a counter right hand that missed. Tried to go up underneath.
Closing moments of round one. Good battle between Martinus Clay of Wilson, North Carolina, and Tony Caldwell from right here in Dover, Delaware, where Dover down slots. This is Ballroom Boxing. All right, welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Taking a look back at action from round one. You saw the pursuit of Caldwell really the key to that round.
Well, he was really in Clay's face right from the opening bell, Larry. He was able to land a lot of good right hands on the inside, but towards the end of the round, Clay really landed some nice right hands on Caldwell. But you see the pursuit of Caldwell, I thought, carried the round. And effective punching, of course.
CompuBox stats in round one. You saw both men throwing a lot of punches, landing few, both in the 20% connect range. Martinus Clay in the black trunks with the white trim from Wilson, North Carolina. Tony Caldwell in the solid black from Dover. Let's bring John Scheinman in for his first round scorecard. John.
Well, Larry, the CompuBox stats might be close, but stylistically, the judges are going to be favoring Tony Caldwell in a fight like this. I have him up 10-9. He's the aggressor, and he comes forward behind the jab. And Martinus Clay has this style where he looks very passive. He's got his left down. Look at him, and he circles away from the action.
Gets tagged by the right hand with his hands held down. And I don't know, I guess Clay is okay, but that's one of those lazy moves. And there's that slapping right hand again, John.
Yeah, he throws one at a time. Clay would do well to set down a little bit on his punches and start with the jab and throw in combination. He's kind of throwing two shots at a time, if that, but he's off balance, he's moving, and his punches don't have a lot of effect on Tony Caldwell.
Caldwell continues to move in. Good right hand counter that time by Clay, slowing Caldwell down. Caldwell was an unbeaten prospect until his loss to Doug Espinshade. Shocking loss to Espinshade, who was 4-3. And then you see Clay a little tired, putting his hand down for balance.
Yeah, well, Clay's got to settle down here a little bit and get into a rhythm. He's missing with a lot of punches.
Caldwell a little undisciplined in his pursuit of Clay. Right hand by Clay over the top. A single shot. I'm beginning to sense a little bit of a turning of the tide here, John. I get the sense that Clay, with his movement, and you say Clay, and you see the way he's maybe trying to imitate the former Cassius Clay, but right now, maybe that movement beginning to turn the tide slightly in Clay's favor.
Well, he's a cute fighter. I mean, he's there, then he's not there. But again, it's all about effective aggressiveness and punching. And who's landing the more effective punches?
I don't see right now. Caldwell slowed his work rate down, and he's not connecting. And Clay is countering.
Yep.
So we are seeing a shift in the momentum of this fight right now.
And Clay did some countering in the first round, but not nearly as effective as now.
See Caldwell moving in, stepping in without any balance, and he puts Clay down with the body shot. Oh, what a shot to the body. And Clay is down, and he might not get up.
Something's broken. Something's wrong there. This looks over. He broke a rib there because Clay went down in a heap suddenly, and you can see the pain on his face. Sometimes a guy will quit, but Clay didn't quit there. He looks legitimately injured. Wow, what a shocking end to the fight when Clay looked like he was coming back in the second round.
And Clay is having some problems. You're right, John. It might be a rib. Let's take a look at how this fight ended just quickly, shockingly.
He backs him into the corner.
That was a shot right there. That one right hand.
I think that was it. He's going to come up with it. Yeah, you may have been from that right. You're right, Larry. It was. It was a delayed reaction. And that punch didn't look like it had that kind of zing to it. But I tell you what, it caught him in the right place. Let's watch it again. Second round action. Yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to see from this angle. I think it already happened. Now you're going to see him go down after another body blow with the left hand. But I think he was already hurt, Larry. You're right. It was a delayed reaction by Clay. And Caldwell gets a second round stoppage.
Tough night for Clay, actually beginning to turn the momentum in his favor in that round. Clay outlanded Caldwell in the second round with power shots, double the power shots until that knockdown, which ultimately was a knockout as the referee stops the action. Let's go to Pat O'Malley with the time.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The winner by knockout, 256 of round 2, Tony the Hurricane Cawley.
So Tony Caldwell runs his record to 7-1, back on the winning track with that nice knockout with the body shot. You'll see that happen very much. Caldwell gets it done here. Down slots tonight. All right, welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. We just witnessed a second round knockout in the junior middleweight division by Tony Caldwell of Martinus Clay. And it was a body shot. I'm sure Jon Scheinman standing by. It might have been that it was that left hand of the body. I'm not sure. Jon Scheinman standing by with the winner, Tony Caldwell. Maybe we'll find out what the key punch was. John.
Tony, you know, we were saying at ringside that it just looked like Martinez Clay had just started to get back into the fight, but tell us what happened to change that.
I started to go to his body. I seen he started to try to take breaths. He was throwing those flurries. He kept backing up. So I just said, I'm going to stay on him and hit his body. Because I know I had 6 rounds to work. So I said, I'm going to slow down and start going to his body.
So what was the shot that put him down? He went down in a heap and couldn't breathe.
The left hook. The left hook. Right there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank God I didn't go down. I can still breathe. This was setting up as a classic boxer versus puncher fight with you in the role of the puncher. Was his cute kind of move-away style bothering you at all early on?
No, because I spar with world-class contenders. I spar with Larry Marks, Leroy Fountain. You know, I spar with all good boxers. And that's how I get my work with boxers.
This is a critical fight for both of you coming in. I mean, he had started off as a very hot prospect, and he ran into a guy who beat him, and then he lost 4 straight. You're coming off a loss after a terrific start to your career. What does this mean to you?
It means I'm focused now, but that loss, that was all my fault. I'm focused more than ever now. That loss doesn't matter. I'm just starting right now. This is the beginning of my career right here. This fight right here is the beginning, and I'm great skyrocket from now. I'm great put everybody to rest.
Watch out. Tony Caldwell gets a big win. Left hook body shot knockout. Let's go back to ringside.
I think the best punch of the fight was his left to the ribs of Jon Scheinman. Buried it deep in their midsection of Scheinman. So Tony Caldwell impressively. Let's look for the left hand here from the overhand camera. That was the punch right there.
I guess
that was the punch, and he found the mark with it, and he gets the knockout win. Tony Caldwell, the winner, at Dover Down Slots tonight. Ballroom Boxing returns in a moment. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. There is the veteran, Mike McFail, getting set to square off against the man known as Sonny Bono, Clarence Taylor, who is 6-2-2. Tough local Delaware fighter at Dover Down Slots tonight for Ballroom Boxing. We want to thank everyone here with this fantastic entertainment complex for the hospitality. You have the Rollins Center, a beautiful arena for boxing. Outside, you've got the Monster Mile where they run NASCAR. Also, the harness racing track, Dover Downs. And of course, the Slots Casino in a first-class hotel, a great complex. In the ring right now, there he is, Sonny Bono Taylor. And I guess he hopes that Mike McFail plays the role of Cher tonight, John.
Well, we got to see what happens with that. But this is a matchup we've been looking forward to. Mike McFail, we've seen over the years, the Ballroom boxing series, specifically down in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Tonight we get to see him over here in Dover Dutton.
Let's find out more about these guys with Pat.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for more Ballroom boxing at Dover Downs Slots, the Rollins Center. This bout sanctioned by the Association of Boxing Commissioners, Executive Director David L. Holland. The promoter, Scott Wagner. Director of Boxing Operations, Dave Wilkerson. The matchmaker is Chris Middendorf. And when this 6-round bout in the middleweight division gets underway, your referee in charge is Eddie Cotton. The timekeeper is Fred Bloomstein. Judging the bout at ringside, Bernard Bruni, Dave Greer, and Paul Battle. Introducing the boxers. First, out of the blue corner, wearing the silver trunks, trimmed with black. He weighed in at 155, and he comes to us from Baltimore, Maryland. His record, 11-19, 3 via the KO. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Dover Downs, Mike McFail. To my right, out of the red corner, wearing the navy trunks, blue and white. He weighed in at 155. He comes to us from Wilmington, Delaware. His record, 6-2-2, 3 by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Dover Downs in Ballroom Boxing, Clarence Sonny Bono Taylor.
Clarence Taylor. The referee is Eddie Cotton, and next to me is Jon Saraceno with a look at the matchup. John?
Taylor McFail,
referee Eddie Cotton with the
tipping the
instructions.
scales at 155 pounds, listed both at 5'8". Slight linear reach advantage to Clarence Taylor. And age-wise, they're about equal.
We have a scheduled 6 rounds.
Yeah, this fight scheduled for 6 rounds, and somewhere along the way we're going to find out where he got that nickname, Sonny Bono. Clarence Taylor.
I think we should have Scheinman ask that question.
Well, if he wins, we're going to have Scheinman ask him where did he get the nickname Sonny Bono. And we're underway. Mike McFail, probably the toughest opponent ever for Clarence Taylor. Seen Mike in the ballroom on more than one occasion. He's got a losing record, but guy knows how to fight. He's been in against some very, very tough competition. And there's McFail opening up early on Sonny Bono.
No warming up. And I think that's because McFail realizes he's coming from out of town fighting a guy who's a local favorite here.
Oh, McFail had just serious intentions behind those body shots to start this fight.
Taylor just covering up. Looks nonplussed. Very interesting start to a fight. One fighter covering up. The out-of-town fighter coming in, winging away.
See, McFail is using some tactics here to try to get Taylor's mind away from what his game plan might be. Taylor 32 years old, Mike McFail 31. And as you mentioned in the matchup, these guys are evenly matched in terms of physique. Boy, Taylor throwing those wide open punches. McFail should go right down the middle.
Well, Taylor's not throwing a lot of punches in this first round. That's pretty obvious.
Now, Mike McFail went right across the ring and just started on him.
Yeah, he's allowing McFail to come out quick. Ooh, good left hand by Sonny.
McFail is rocked. Taylor turns the tide and has McFail up against the ropes.
Well, Taylor playing possum there a little bit. They're not firing.
Both men looking tired in round one, John.
I'll tell you what,
Good shot by Mike McFail with the left hand. It's a good fight here at Dover Down Slots.
it's a great first round. Both fighters opening up, particularly McFail to start off the round. Taylor near the end of the round coming on strong.
Well, Taylor looks tired. McFail winding up with a bolo punch. Interesting first round. This fight is scheduled for 6 rounds for these middleweights.
Is it going to last that long?
Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Looking at action from round one. Very, very fast-paced to this one.
Well, it was, you know, that was punctuated by McFail's early good work. But you saw Taylor come back and have a very good finish to the round. But I thought McFail did enough to win the round, Larry.
139 total punches thrown according to CompuBox in round one, and 57 connect, 41% connect rate, and a very fast-paced opening round. McFail scores with the left and gets Taylor's attention quickly.
Now Taylor has no room to breathe in this fight. McFail covering him like a blanket. Two-fisted attack. And I think he realizes, hey, I'm coming from Baltimore. I got to really outpunch this guy to impress the judges.
Nice left-hand lead that time by Mike McFail. Taylor was waiting on him. And McFail tags him with that left.
I wonder if Clarence Taylor expected this kind of a attack by Mike McFail, particularly early. And how is he going to respond to that? He's got to get busy. And he looks like he's trying to formulate his attacking game plan, but McFail is all over.
On 31 pro fights, Mike McFail has just 3 knockouts. And you know, Taylor saw that record. Taylor trying to break through the punches of McFail. Taylor scoring with McFail up against the ropes here in round 2.
I don't think that Clarence Taylor was ready for this kind of a fight.
Good body shot by Taylor that time. But his mouth is wide open.
Yeah, Taylor looks tired here in the second round, and Mike McFail looks fresh as a daisy. And McFail has just carried this fight to him. A couple of times Taylor's had bursts of activity, but not a sustained attack. And McFail carrying the day so far here. Only in the second round, scheduled 6-rounder at Dover Downs.
John, these guys are apparently slowing down here. And the pace that they started in round 1, they could not continue that, could they?
Well, you could punch yourself out, but McFail doesn't look all that concerned. I think he's just going to let it all hang out here. But that could work to Clarence Taylor's advantage, who's been very compact and economical with his punches.
Well, Taylor looks tired, so does McFail here, and there's still 4 more rounds to go after this one.
They're both breathing very heavily through their mouth guards. No question about that. And I think that McFail just took Taylor out of his game plan totally. And now Taylor's got to regroup here. It's early enough to regroup.
Overhand right, just a weak effort that time by Clarence Taylor. Round 2 coming to a close.
Well, we're going to see who the better conditioned fighter is, and the better conditioned fighter is going to probably win this fight.
Left hand at the bell by McFail. Here at Dover Down Slots at the Rollins Center. We'll be back.
At Dover Down Slots. Once again, don't forget the NASCAR action returns to Dover International June 4 to 6.
Back at action from
For
round 2.
group and ticket packages, please call 1-800-441-RACE. 1-800-441-RACE.
Shots by both fighters, and you see how tired Taylor was.
CompuBox stats, there you see Taylor and McFail. McFail throwing more with the lower connect percentage. John Scheinman, the scorecard through 2.
Larry, I've got Mike McFail ahead 2018. I agree with Jon Saraceno completely. This is a great ambush by McFail, totally taking Taylor out of his game. And this kind of fight proves good matchmaking can put an 11-19 fighter like McFail into the fight and in position to win.
Good left hand by McFail. Taylor.
Well, there's not a lot of defense here, but you know what? Let's face it, boxing fans don't like to see defense. These guys are letting it fly. It's not the prettiest exhibition, but I tell you what, McFail coming in here realizing he's got to really be impressive.
McFail's body attack taking a toll on Taylor, who switches over to southpaw.
I don't think Taylor knows what to do, Larry.
No, he is outside of his comfort level right now.
He's starting to look more and more like a desperate fighter, and we're only at the start of the 3rd round.
John, you made a statement at the end of the last round that conditioning could be the key in this one, and I think you're right. McFail always busy, and you wonder how much Taylor trained for this one.
Well, he better have trained because, I mean, his body looks good, but we don't know what kind of, aerobic work he got.
And his mouth is wide open, man.
Yeah, no, he's sucking wind. There's no question about that. And he's been sucking wind. Short little uppercut on the inside. McFail continues to wail away with both fists. There's a good reply to that by Taylor.
Well, it's an action fight, that's for sure. And you see Taylor retreating
awkwardly.
I think Taylor really doesn't have a strategy right now. He's trying to find one. And there's McFail. That punch from him. I mean, that came from his knees.
That was very amateurish, and McFail knows better than that. And Clarence Taylor can knock it into a rhythm.
Oh, a good connection by McFail. McFail does not have a lot of punching power, though. And you see Taylor with his hands down. He's exhausted.
Tell you what, if McFail just keeps ripping away at the body and shows a little head movement, inside, down and low, doesn't even go to the head, he's taking a lot of steam out of Clarence Taylor.
Can McFail keep this up for another 3 rounds?
McFail, boy, he throws dangerous punches from the outside, just stretches and reaches. Very dangerous. But I don't think he respects Clarence Taylor. He just waded right in on him.
Taylor now trying to find a little rhythm in his boxing, but he's not throwing any punches. And it's been another good round for Mike McFail. Good combination by Taylor. McFail trying to climb from the corner. The referee has to step between these 2 guys.
And McFail's just juiced up. He's trying to have fun, but it's kind of unprofessional. He was just trying to have fun.
I think McFail's won the crowd over.
I mean, Taylor in the corner. In his own corner, he was having his way with him. McFail suddenly came through with a flurry. Terrific round.
Stay tuned for more boxing action. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Let's listen to the corner of McFail.
His trainer wants him to go to the body. We're going to go to replay here in the 3rd round. I think this is near the end of the round when you see Taylor score with a volley of punches on McFail, but McFail came back and hit him with a good right hand in there. Terrific 3rd round.
CompuBox stats in favor of Taylor in round 3. At the 44% connection percentage.
McFail's got to stop shooting that left uppercut from too far outside. A dangerous move. But so far, Taylor's not been able to make him pay with a counter. And at the end of that round, we said that Taylor did some nifty counter punching. But that was a good round for Taylor. No question.
Taylor beginning to sit down his punches, connecting. And McFail showboating, slapping a little bit from the nose of McFail.
Clarence Taylor's a little fired up in this round. And maybe he thinks McFail has punched himself out to a degree where he can kind of turn things around here in the 4th round. We've got him unofficially trailing on our scorecards.
Scheinman, who do you have winning this fight through 3 rounds?
Well, Taylor, I thought landed some good shots at the end of last round, but I thought McFail won it, and I have him up 30-27, Larry.
And there you go.
And so do I. But again, the judges may see it differently.
Fight is scheduled for 6 rounds. Taylor is really loading up now.
And McFail looks like he's slowing down a little bit, doesn't he, Larry?
He does.
He's taking this round off.
Both guys are slowing down here.
Well, I think that flurry at the end of the 3rd round took a lot out of Mike McFail. He's arm punching. There's nothing on his punches. I think he's just trying to be cute this round, stay out of harm's way. This is the kind of round that Taylor has to have to get back in the fight. Problem is, he's fatigued too.
He's not throwing. His mouth is wide open, breathing heavily. There's a nice power combination by Taylor.
It's a much better round for Taylor.
And Taylor just bringing it to Mike McFail right now. He's having a hard time responding with anything offensive. And somehow, good right hand by Taylor.
Both punchers throwing very wide shots. They need to shorten up those punches on the inside. But this has just turned into a brawl.
Oh, right hand by Taylor scores.
I love to call boxing is sweet science, but believe me, there's not much science going on right now.
Oh, look at Taylor. He is having a hard time finding some air. Closing moments of round 4, and both men thankful for them as the gas tank is on empty. More from the Rollins Center. Double down slots. You're watching Ballroom Boxing.
Down slots.
So the action from round 4 got very heated with both men laying into each other.
And that was a good round for Taylor, and he had to have one in the bank. And I think he got one there in the 4th round. If you get him the 3rd round, it could be an even fight in some scorecards.
CompuBox stats through 4 rounds. Total punches. Taylor has landed more punches and thrown fewer with a higher connect percentage. Not necessarily an indication of what the judges' scorecards, though.
No, but it could be a lot closer than we think.
Mike McFail in the silver and black, in the blue with the white trim. Clarence Taylor, also known as Sonny Bono. Still 1-1. Good body shot by Mike McFail. But his offensive output has really slacked off in the last couple of rounds. Taylor with those wide looping shots scoring.
Well, McFail's game tonight. He has not taken many steps backwards against Clarence Taylor. How much are they going to have left over these last couple of rounds? The needle is quivering on those gas tanks. I'm telling you.
Especially with the price of gas these days.
Well, Taylor would like to get a quick fill-up of energy in the corner because you know what? He can still win this fight.
Very tight fight.
It is a close fight, and he's punching more effectively, at least landing more, than he did earlier in the fight. If you can somehow find that reservoir of energy, it's going to make it very interesting here in the closing rounds.
Uppercut by McFail, blocked partially by the gloves of Taylor.
And it is hard sometimes to score a fight on television. Watching television, Larry knows this because when you sit ringside and you watch a fight, tell viewers why it's different to score a fight on TV.
Can't feel the punches watching them on TV. You can literally feel them here at ringside. You also get the sense of the momentum of the fight better ringside. And the momentum now, I mean, I believe Clarence Taylor's got the momentum just because Mike McFail, I was going to say, just got tired, but he expends some energy there, just as we said. But McFail has been fighting in spurts, John, since the first 3 rounds.
Yes, no question. But he is still fighting and he's still throwing, not quite as effective as he was earlier. And that's because Taylor's been punching back. When a guy punches back, you can't do as much punching on your own. You have to defend yourself, too.
Neither man has been down. No cuts in this fight to speak of.
This is a close round.
Very close round. McFail doing some good work here. The power shot by Taylor, but it was a single shot. And McFail keeping his hands moving, scoring points. Real tough round to call. Fifth round winding down. This fight is scheduled for 6. The payoff round coming up next from Dover Down Slots on Ballroom Boxing. All right, 3 minutes to go here at Dover Down Slots. Mike McFail, the silver and black. Clarence Taylor in the blue trunks with the white trim. And this is the kind of fight it's been, toe-to-toe, from bell to bell.
Yeah, both fighters just waiting in, letting both fists fly. A lot of misses.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both boxers as they get ready for round 6, the final round.
9 punches connected by Mike McFail, a 19% connection rate. Jon Scheinman, 3 minutes to go. Who's winning it on your scorecard?
Hey, Larry, I got you, babe. Oh, and I also have Mike McFail ahead 48-47, but I agree with Jon Saraceno. Sonny Bono, Clarence Taylor's gotten back into the fight, winning the last 2 rounds. This one's up for grabs.
So this one could be the payoff round, as we mentioned. McFail from Baltimore, Maryland. Clarence Taylor from Wilmington, Delaware. McFail came out like a buzzsaw to start the fight. Now he's on his toes.
Well, he can't assume that he's winning this fight. He's going to have to fight this round, Larry. And I tell you what, Taylor, sensing that he can win this fight, coming out pretty strong.
Or just a tight fight. If anybody gets knocked down here, that would be huge at this stage of the fight. Fell with one of those failed uppercuts we've seen repeatedly here tonight.
Yeah, he's landed very few of those. And with good reason. He's not in the right position to throw it.
Clarence Taylor tiptoeing away. Well, this fight's so close to call.
Yeah, Taylor trying to get set here. Now we're playing a little cat and mouse here. Taylor wants McFail to come in. McFail saying, no, I'm not having any of that. I think
big overhand right by McFail, scores. And Taylor pursues.
I thought Taylor landed on that pursuit too.
But McFail just using every trick he knows to try to confuse Taylor at this late stage of the fight.
I mean, I think he's got to take some chances here. He's got to wait inside. You can't think he's winning this fight.
I have no idea what the judges are thinking on this one. Usually they have pretty good sense, but in this one, John, I have no clue.
Well, this fight could be a draw or it could go to either man.
Punches off the gloves of Mike McFail. Those did not land. McFail trying to turn it around.
Punching by Taylor. Not really hard, effective punches. But maybe he'll get the scoring nod on that. Well, neither fighter really throwing a lot here. Fatigue has set in. It's quite obvious. Taylor needs a strong finish here, Larry.
Closing moments of the fight.
Let's hear it for both warriors, ladies and gentlemen.
Likes his performance. Clarence Taylor, I'm sure feels he is victorious. When we come back, we'll have the decision for Dover Down Slots on Ballroom Boxing.
Baby. Congratulations again.
Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing.
People out there,
Dover Down Slots.
That's
There's the
what
two
it is,
men
man.
that
You
went
go
the
hard, you
distance.
go
Mike
home.
McFail on the right. Clarence
I did
Taylor,
this, man.
also known as Sonny Bono, on the left. It goes the distance. A very tight fight. Who won, Pat O'Malley?
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the scorecards. Judge Paul Battle scores it 59-55. Judge Dave Greer scores it 58-56. And Judge Bernard Bruni scores it 58-54. The winner, by unanimous decision, Clarence Sonny Bono Taylor.
I don't know, 59-55 on the judges' scorecard. Wide margin, John. A shockingly wide margin.
Let's hear it for both boxers, ladies and gentlemen.
The fight scored a draw. I thought it was much closer than that. Taylor did finish fast.
He put on quite a show.
Round, he wins the fight.
And speaking of shows, the next show up
is Clarence
will
Taylor,
be the former heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim the Rock Rahman. He's waiting in the wings.
With McFail and Taylor going the distance. And Clarence Taylor, also known as Sonny Bono, the winner tonight at Dover Down Slots. Welcome back to Dover Down Slots. Clarence Taylor, the winner. He is standing by with Jon Scheinman. John, take it away.
Clarence, that's the kind of fight that you're going to remember for your lifetime. I mean, what a terrific battle with Mike McFail. I want to start off by saying in the first 3 rounds, it looked like you were getting really gassed. Where did the second wind come from?
I heard my trainer state to me all week long, man, you know, you got to go home or you got to go hard or you got to go home. I don't have any home, so I got to go hard. And I heard in the 3rd round that I was behind. So I just, you know, sucked it up. Anything that I had in this gas tank of mine, I just let it all out. You know what I'm saying?
Early on in the fight, particularly in the 1st round, Mike McFail came to you with such a variety of punches, different rhythms. How frustrating was that early on to get you out of your game plan?
Well, in the 1st round, our job is to fill each other out. So I knew that he had some experience with him. So the things that he showed me was the things that I seen in the gym sparring Larry Marks and such boxers as Steve. And I noticed that when Larry flares off on me, I take a step back and I analyze what I'm gonna do next. So I just started punching with my jab. And I heard my cornerman say, you know, jab. So from there, I had to set something up off my jab.
How nervous were you when the decision was announced?
I was very nervous because knowing that he was an experienced fighter and they knew that he had some skills to like last the rounds, I thought they were going to give it to him because he really truly lasted the rounds and he did some damage to me, but he didn't see that. So evidently the crowd down here seen that we both fought a nice fight and it could have went either way. It could have been a draw, but I'm just blessed that the outcome was what it is. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't let you out of here with one more question. Why Sonny Bono? What's the nickname about?
Oh, the nickname goes back to my football days. My middle name is Sonny, you know, and Bono came in when I played football, flag football. A good quarterback down in Kansas City played Steve Bono, so I put Bono on the back of my jersey, and from there it just stuck because I was intercepting balls, but I wasn't no quarterback.
Well, he got the win. Clarence, Sonny Bono Taylor, big fight with Mike McFail. Let's go back to ringside.
All right, Jon Scheinman got to the bottom of that story as always. Sonny Bono, Clarence Taylor, a winner in a thriller on the Ballroom Boxing Series at Dover Down Slots. All right, it's time for our main event, Ballroom Boxing on the road at Dover Down Slots. Larry Michael with my partner, Jon Saraceno. And for the 2nd successive show on Ballroom Boxing, Hasim Rahman, the former heavyweight champion, is in our main event. And John, ironically enough, as he's made his appearance on the Ballroom Boxing circuit, the heavyweight division has become somewhat of a shambles. So his fight tonight against Mario Cawley is huge for Rahman and a possible #1 rating.
Yeah, this is a fight that not only he needs to win, but he should be impressive in. He didn't really look good against Al Cole in his tune-up fight recently. Hasim Rahman came in heavy in that fight, Larry. He's used a succession of trainers, 5 trainers the last 5 fights. He's gone back to Adrian Davis because he realizes how much money he can make in the heavyweight division, which you say is in a shambles right now, and I couldn't agree more.
You know, Rahman wins the title, knocking out Lennox Lewis, loses the title, getting knocked out by Lennox Lewis. Then his career went into a little bit of a tailspin. He's back on the winning track, and his opponent, Mario Cawley, not the toughest test for Hasim Rahman. So anything less than an impressive performance by Hasim in this fight would be a disappointment to his camp.
Yeah, Rahman was disappointed with his performance against Al Cole. Cawley's been in against some experienced fighters in the heavyweight division. He's on a bit of a losing streak right now, but Rahman has to use that good jab. You know, he once threw 563 jabs against David Tua. Against Lennox Lewis, when he won the title, he averaged 30 jabs around, Larry. But against Al Cole, he only averaged 11 jabs around. He's got a Sonny Liston-like jab, particularly when he doubles up on it. He's got to use it tonight big time.
Now, Rahman has told us that he thinks he can have a title shot in hand by the end of this calendar year. Is that a realistic goal for The Rock?
It is, because he can get in a situation where he can become a #1 contender, a mandatory challenger. Rahman has a name. He could be sold as a fighter. He beat Lennox Lewis. We didn't see too many fighters put Lennox Lewis on his back.
Right.
Rahman's in a very good position right now. They protected him during this comeback, his managers, Steve Nelson and Stan Hoffman. And tonight is another fight that Hasim Rahman should win, and should win handily.
All right, let's go to our colleague Jon Scheinman for his thoughts on this big fight coming up. John.
You know, Larry, when Hasim teamed up with Ballroom Boxing for this assault on trying to win the title again, he got matched up with Al Cole, and Al Cole got in the best shape of his life for that fight. He trained really hard with Shannon Briggs, and a lot of people thought Al Cole was over the hill, but this is a former cruiserweight champion that really got it together for that fight. So consequently, when Rahman struggled to get through that bout and came away with a 10-round decision, the critics came out of the woodwork and said, hey, how could you not knock this guy out? And my feeling was that that got under Hasim Rahman's skin, where he believed it. Hey, he should have knocked out Al Cole. So tonight, it's an important fight for Rahman, because Cawley is absolutely a guy he should knock out. 6 straight losses in a row for Cawley, albeit against very good competition. But Rahman, particularly in this small ring that they brought into Dover Downs, ought to get the knockout. I kind of disagree with Jon Saraceno a little bit. I don't necessarily think Rahman needs to use the jab and except to set up power shots. I think he needs to go right at Cawley and attempt to take him out. I would be very surprised if this thing goes more than 3.
Thank you, Jon Scheinman. Stay tuned for more Ballroom Boxing. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Getting set for our main event tonight, the former world heavyweight champion Hasim Rahman on the Ballroom Boxing circuit, getting back on the winning track with his victory over Al Cole just 36 days ago. Hasim Rahman has said he needs to stay active to maintain the path for his quest to regain the heavyweight championship by the end of this year. And John, let's go in depth a little bit on the training situation for Hasim Rahman, because after he was victorious over Lennox Lewis to take home the heavyweight championship, he had a falling out with his longtime trainer Adrian Davis. And just earlier tonight at the buffet here at the Dover Down Slots, a fantastic buffet restaurant, I ran into Adrian Davis, and he mentioned to me that he was contacted a couple weeks back by the Rock
Fans, on behalf of Ballroom Boxing in Dover Down, let me tell you, you have been a great crown tonight.
Always go home again. And these splits in boxing, and this one was generated by money. Adrian Davis was not happy with what he got paid by Hasim Rahman, and Davis had a lot to do with Rahman getting to the position where he could knock out Lennox Lewis and become a sensation overnight. And I think that Hasim Rahman must have realized he was not in good condition for that last fight. He didn't fight the way he's capable of fighting, and he needed a better trainer, and he felt comfortable with Adrian Davis, and that's why Adrian Davis is back in his corner tonight. And I think that was a good, smart move by the former heavyweight champion of the world.
Mario Cawley making his way down the aisle to the ring to tip the scales at 224 at the weigh-in. Conversely, Hasim Rahman at a rather large 257 at the weigh-in.
Well, I think Rahman would be better served to be fighting in the 245-pound range, which I think is around what he was when he knocked out Lennox Lewis. And since then, he's ballooned in weight. He's been distracted. He has not been the same fighter. But in this heavyweight division, Hasim Rahman, make no mistake about it, Larry, can still be a major factor. The division is very weak. Hasim Rahman, when he wants to use that jab to set up the power right hand, can be very devastating.
We'll be right back with more Ballroom Boxing. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. There he is, the former world heavyweight champion, Hasim the Rock Rahman from Baltimore, Maryland. And his opponent in the ring, waiting, Mario Cawley. There's Rahman with the hat. A lot of folks from nearby Baltimore, Maryland have made the trip to Dover Down Slots, so serious home court advantage for the Rock here tonight. And he predicts an impressive performance tonight against Mario Cawley, who has not had the easiest of tracks over the last couple of years.
You know, there's been some question about shins, but Cawley has not had a knockout victory since 1997.
Hasim Rahman waves to the crowd, goes over the top rope. The former world heavyweight champion, Hasim Rahman, in the ring here at Dover Down Slots. Sellout crowd, in fact, on hand here. And Pat O'Malley standing by in the ring. But first, let's go to John Scheinman with a look at the rules.
Larry, tonight's fight's going to be fought under the Uniform Championship rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. So that means 10-point must for each round in the scoring, no standing 8 count, and there is no 3 knockdown rule in effect in this fight. May come into play.
All right, thank you, John. Pat O'Malley in the center of the ring as the music winds down. We'll be back with Pat O'Malley and the introduction of the fighters in a moment. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. And let's get to Pat to introduce this main event.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for the Ballroom Boxing main event at Dover Down Slots at the Rollins Center. The promoter is Scott Wagner. Director of Boxing Operations is Dave Wilkerson. Matchmaker Chris Middendorf. This bout is sanctioned by the Association of Boxing Commissioners, Executive Director David L. Holland, Event Inspector Tracy Fagan, Inspectors at ringside Vic Daiwasaki and David Benglian. Your ringside physician is Dr. Paul Steinberg. And when this 8-round bout in the heavyweight division commences, your referee in charge is Gary Rosado. The timekeeper is Fred Blumstein. The judges at ringside, Bernard Bruni, Dave Greer, and Paul Battle. Introducing the boxers. First, out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He weighed in at 224 pounds. He comes to us from the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. His record, 22-11, 16 via the KO. Please welcome Mario Cawley. His opponent comes to us out of the blue corner, also wearing black trunks, but he has the word rock at the bottom of his shorts. He weighed in at 257. He comes to us from Baltimore, Maryland. His record is 36-5-1, 29 via the KO. He's the former Maryland State heavyweight champion, currently ranked number 4 in the world by the WBA, and in the top 6 of both the IBF and the WBC. He won 11 of his first 12 fights as a professional by knockout. He first won the USBA heavyweight title in 1997, and then later as a 15-1 underdog, he knocked out Lennox Lewis to win the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. He is now on a mission to reclaim his crown and once again rock the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Ballroom Boxing in Dover Downs, Hasim the Rock Rahman.
All right, Rahman
Referee Gary Rosado with the
the former heavyweight champion. John with a look at the matchup.
Well, you see Hasim Rahman, former heavyweight champion, much bigger, much stronger, and in against better fighters throughout his career. Reach advantage, experience advantage, talent advantage spells doom for Mario Cawley unless he can find a way to keep Rahman off of him, and quickly.
Rahman at 257. Pretty large, just like those trunks he's wearing right now, John. That's some of the biggest trunks I've ever seen on a boxer. Gary Rosado is the referee for this one, and I would say do not leave your television set in the first round.
It's a scheduled 8 rounds.
He'd love a quick finish to this one, and then set his sights on the next step to regaining the heavyweight championship. Rahman with good focus in his corner. There you see him across the way in the black trunks. Both men with black trunks. Rahman with the white socks. And we are underway. This fight scheduled for 8 rounds. Very few people feel it will go the distance.
Boy, if Cawley thinks the ring looks small, wait till Rahman starts throwing those right hands. He's going to feel like he's fighting on a postage stamp.
It's a 16-foot ring, one of the smallest rings we've seen during our Ballroom boxing series.
I want to see Rahman use that jab and double up with it to set up the right hand. Let's see if Adrian Davis has gotten into his head in a good way. I mean, he has a power jab like Sonny Liston when he wants to use it.
Well, yeah, Cawley's strategy early is to tie up Rahman and not let him get a rhythm. Cawley with just a little pity pad jab, nothing behind that punch. And once again, he ties up the rock. Broad shoulders and Rahman, the large arms. I mean, he's got that Sonny Liston-like physique.
Look at his legs. I mean, down below his calves. He's a very big, powerful man. And he's gotten better over the years. I called a lot of his fights coming up as a heavyweight, and he's a better fighter than he was. He's more seasoned, and he's got to get his feet on the ground, I think, all around, and he can become heavyweight champion again. I have no doubt about that.
Kind of an uncomfortable start to this one as Cawley proving to be an unorthodox opponent. Good body shot that time by Rahman.
Look how defensive Cawley is. I mean, he almost has 1 foot out of the way.
He is fearful of the power of Rahman, and Cawley's a pretty big guy himself. There's that jab, John, he just shoots it out there.
I think Rahman realizes Cawley can be his when he wants him to be.
Good body shot by Rahman to the left rib area of Cawley.
I mean, look how much smaller Cawley is than Hasim Rahman. He's only, they list him as 5'11", I think. He looks like he's about 5'9" and a half to me.
There goes Cawley. And that's a slip. Arizona's Cawley to slip.
He should get out, because that's not a good sign there. Cawley looks like he wanted to go back to Chicago.
The body shot by Rahman. Arizona doing a good job sniffing that one out.
Yes, he did. Cawley does not look game tonight.
Cawley tackling Hasim Rahman.
You know, Cawley does not look like he's come to fight. He looks like a guy who has lost 6 consecutive fights. He doesn't look like he wants to fight.
Now he's running right now, and down he goes from that punch. And Cawley goes down. Should be the end of the round, and controversy brewing here early, and double down slots. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Now let's take a look at the replay. Take a look here. There he goes down the first time, and the corner of Cawley sensing that he's looking for a way out because that punch did not really land. Corner of Cawley telling it like it is.
Yes, they are. Hallelujah. Somebody tell the truth.
Rahman on the CompuBox stats, 12 of 32, 38% connection rate. Cawley through 28, landed just 5, 0 for 2 with power shots. And round 2 is underway.
This is not what we're used to in the Ballroom Boxing series, but this is the opponent that Hasim Rahman's managers wanted and insisted.
Oh, he goes down before he is even hit. This is ludicrous. He goes down before he was hit, John.
This is the kind of stuff you get when managers get their way and insist on an opponent.
This is terrible. Rahman smiling and laughing. He's almost embarrassed.
He should be embarrassed. But he's got his managers to blame because Hasim Rahman is a better player than this. They didn't need a soft touch like this. This is what's wrong with boxing. This is why boxing remains the joke that it is. This is why boxing needs a federal commission. This is why boxing needs commissions and fighters and
standing upright here and actually fighting right now. So maybe his embarrassment coming into play here with how he has acted so far in this fight.
There's no way Cawley should be paid. He's fighting like a dog. And I don't say that word lightly because anytime a man so steps into the ring, you don't have some courage.
It's a double jab by Cawley. And Rahman totally distracted by the way this fight has begun.
Well, it's because everybody knows what it is. And Rahman's embarrassed. And now, do you think Rahman's heart is on this? He should really just blow this guy out of here. Hit him with a hard punch, and then we can end this disgrace.
Right hand by Cawley to the body. Cawley's found some pride somewhere here in this. Good right hand, and down goes Cawley. I don't believe he was touched again. As a matter of fact, I think Cawley scored the punch that time.
Rahman should just knock this guy out so we can end everybody's misery.
Cawley is looking for a place to lay down. You can see him bending his knees, John, every time he gets close to Hasim Rahman. There's a jab, and down goes Cawley with the jab again. He's on a man of mercy. Comes in after this. It stops with a jab. There's some bottles with them there, plastic bottles. Rahman hit with the bottle. And we could see an ugly situation here at ringside as bottles are being thrown.
I can understand why the fans who paid their hard-earned money, who haven't earned millions like Hasim Rahman and stand home. I can understand why they're upset, and they have a reason to be upset. They shouldn't be throwing anything into the ring, but there's a reason why they're upset, and they deserve to be upset. The fight was a utter joke, and I'm not going to call it any other way. We've been calling these fights on Ballroom Boxing for 9 years. I've never seen anything like that, and I hope we never see it again.
Let's take a close look at the replay. There was the jab that sent Cawley down, and certainly he was looking for a place to fall from the opening round. Let's get the official time of this so-called knockout for Battle Mountain.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The winner by knockout at 225 of round 2, Hasim "The Rock" Rahman. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So Rahman is the winner. Of course he is happy, but he is going to have to talk to Jon Scheinman. And I'm sure Scheinman will ask him the tough questions. We will keep it right here while Jon Scheinman gets into position to talk to Hasim Rahman.
I hope he asks the managers the tough questions.
Well, Cawley went down on a couple of occasions without being hit, which is just an embarrassment to the sport. Let's take another look at some of the action from this fight, which will go down as one of the most controversial in our series.
I think action is a little bit strong of a verb.
Indeed, the jab did score, and Cawley was all the way down as the punch landed. So we'll see the mental disposition of Hasim Rahman. Jon Scheinman is standing by. We'll be back after a short timeout. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Jon Scheinman is standing by with The Rock. And let's go to Scheinman now. John?
Hasim, from my perspective, this was a disgrace. Are you embarrassed by what happened here tonight?
Definitely, I thought Mario Cawley would put up more of a fight. I thought he would at least try to fight with all that he had to gain by, giving me even a tough fight, He could have tremendous upside for him, whether he got a victory or just took me the distance. Could have been tremendous potential future paydays for himself. I know if I was fighting somebody with a high ranking such as myself, I would do everything possible to at least try to fight and make a fight out of it, It got to the point where as though I knew people, my fans came to see me, so I didn't even really want to throw punches. I wanted him to get confident and hit me a little bit and let the fans think, that he maybe an upset was in the making before I throw punches. So, I apologize to all my fans, and I think I'm just, I think I'm gonna stick to top 10 contenders. I don't know if I want to fight if it ain't a bona fide heavyweight contender or possible championship fight.
Now it was almost surreal watching this thing unfold. But what I need to ask you were those punches landing, or was he just going down?
No, they definitely landed. Some hooks landed. The first punch was a hook, and the second punch was a hook. So he definitely landed and got up. So they wasn't real clean, but they landed. So he definitely got up and tried, but you know, I thought he could have gave a little more effort. You know, we're getting paid to fight, so when you sign a contract and you're getting paid, then you're supposed to go out and try to win. I don't really try to win.
Your fight with Al Cole was unexpectedly tough, but a real good, you know, test for you to get back into the game. I mean, a lot of people criticized you for not knocking him out, but that was a rough and tough fight. What does a fight like this, when you make a fight like this, do for your career? Cawley's coming in off of 6 losses. Why was this going to be a forward move for you?
Well, as you know, I got cut in the Al Cole fight, so I wasn't able to do any sparring. So I just needed a guy who I thought would come and fight, but that I could deal with no sparring. I thought, you know, that pretty much made us even in preparation. I thought the opportunity of him fighting a guy with a high ranking such as myself, he would bring it all he had, just like Al Cole. You can't underestimate these guys because, you know, his record was similar to Al Cole, but, you know, he had the tremendous upside. He had everything to gain and nothing to lose, so he's supposed to give it everything he got.
And with that, does this hurt you in any way, or is this just a wash and it doesn't matter? It's just a kind of embarrassment.
Well, I think, you know, that if I was to continue to take fights like this, I think it would hurt me. I didn't know this guy would not come to fight. You know, I got the win, and I'm looking forward to bigger and better things. I know I'm just looking for top 5 contenders.
Is that what's going to be next? And do you have something like, I mean, do you know what's next? Is it going to be a top 5 fighter? Or I mean, can you risk taking on a fight like this again?
No, I cannot. I cannot take another fight like this with a guy. I need a bona fide guy that's going to come try to inflict some pain on me, so I can in turn inflict my pain and prepare and just give the Rock fans what they came to see. I know I'm charging my fans for this.
Well, Hasim Rahman coming away with a very, you know, a sad victory because he gets the win, but he doesn't get to show what he has. Mario Cawley, obviously not here to compete. Back to ringside.
Well done, Jon Scheinman. We'll wrap it up from Dover down slots when we return. A shocking end as Rahman gets the win and the fans go home unsatisfied. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Toyota, by Michael's 8th Avenue, a host of grand occasions, by BallroomBoxing.com for the latest in ballroom boxing action, including upcoming live events and season tickets, by Miller Lite, by Dover Down Slots, by WallStreet.com, and by MaxBoxing.com.
That's going to do it for us from Dover Down Slots. It was a great experience for us up here, always treated with a lot of respect. We had a great time here at the complex, but you know, the main event left us hanging, John, and Rahman, if he wanted that #1 ranking, that was not the way to get it.
Well, he'll probably get it anyway eventually, and his managers know that. They just want to ring up a W, and unless people really look closely into this, Hasim Rahman is going to rise mostly through the attrition of other fighters dropping in the ratings, and his managers know that. They took a soft touch. They got what they wanted.
You heard Rahman's statements of being embarrassed, and he really thought that Cawley was going to come with a little bit more. What does Rahman do next? He must now, I would think, fight a bona fide top 10 fighter if he is to be in line for a shot at the heavyweight championship. Don't you agree?
Well, he's going to have to fight, I don't know if it's top 10 fighter, but he's going to have to fight somebody credible to get back into a position where he should really challenge for the heavyweight championship and be a credible challenger, which Hasim Rahman can be, but his managers tonight robbed him of that kind of publicity that he could have received.
It's never boring. I want to thank Jon Scheinman, and for Jon Saraceno, I'm Larry Michael. We'll talk to you next time.